all right? Especially if we're wide open and they're throwing doubles at you with their all-star recruits, man.
Yo, Patrick, ever since you got to Plainview, you've been telling me to take over, prove to the scouts that I'm an NBA player.
Yeah.
And now we on the biggest stage and you sitting here to tell me to play timid? You scared? You nervous? What's up, man?
Scared, man. It's North Beverly. I can't lose to those guys.
Hold on. Why? Because you play with half of them on your club league team?
It's not the players, man. Players are in the same condition we in on scholarship. I'm talking about the fans. I can't stand the fans, man. They've been getting everything handed down to them their entire lives, man. And they swear it's because they're better than you.
Yeah, no, that's real. Meanwhile, somebody from Plainview can work twice as hard as them, and they'll never, ever get the same opportunity. I hear you.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
But yo, you want to hear something even crazier? One of the biggest donors at North Beverly is the guy who shut down the garment factory. And my grandfather, he worked there for 37 years, bro. 37 years, Patrick.
Man. If you force up shots, we're gonna lose, man. Your stock's gonna drop. Who's left for me to manage?
Go with this managing thing, man. How about you just worry about knocking down your shots tomorrow, and then we'll talk about it, all right?
That's not a problem.
All right, then. Plainview. All right, man, let's get out of here, bro.
And let's go down to the floor as they get ready to announce the starting lineups.
It's time to introduce the starting five for your Plainview Panthers. At power forward, number 50, Grant Tumbo. At the other forward position, number 15, Al Pachosi. At center, number 6, Dave Zadirko. At shooting guard, number 1, Patrick Wells.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our coverage of the Illinois High School State Championships. I'm Joe Lamy alongside Danny Hogger and Drake Hugo. Danny, we've got quite the matchup tonight between the Plainview Panthers and the North Beverly Bearcats.
Rubbing my hands together, a bit of a David and Goliath situation here. The Bearcats looking for their 9th straight title, but the Panthers have come out of nowhere, led by their star, MP.
He's the star of the show and has been nothing short of sensational all tournament.
Oh, he's a player that can cause a load of problems with his overwhelming talent. And I'll tell you what, Coach Altman and the Bearcats will have a plan, but some things you just can't account for.
James Marcita is a talented wing who can play at the next level. At 6'10" and 240 pounds, small is not what comes to mind for this small forward.
Oh, no, not at all, Danny. It's noticeable how tall he is. And it's unusual to see that kind of mass on a high school wing. But again, that's the benefit of the international recruiting that North Beverly pulls from.
Now here's MP. Here's Wells. Javar Day pulls it in. Dermanenko outside. Passes to Cawthon. It's Ben Bishop on the wing. 5 on the clock. Cawthon sets the screen. Wells with the steal, and they're pushing it up. Here's Adirko. Some solid defense from Ben Bishop. Here's Marcita. Lays it up and banks it in.
And in this matchup, you can be sure North Beverly will focus on MP. They know he's the cog in this Plainview machine.
MP is that guy. And as he goes, so does Plainview. Doesn't take a lot of scouting to see that.
Now here's MP. Stolen by Bishop. Dermonenko with it. Now guarded by MP. James Marcita for 3. Kept alive. Dermonenko. And there's 2 points. Work on the glass, paying off that time.
Ooh, crafty finish from Vlad. Just taking the wind out of the Panthers, who have to contend with so much size that Dermonenko can sometimes slip past them.
MP with the rock. He's guarded by Dermonenko.
I'm really surprised he blew that one. The defense wasn't really in the picture.
On the wing, Javar Day. Guarded by Wells. Pass to Dermonenko. Now Day. Shot clock at 6. Cawthon sets the screen. Free throw line jumper. Day, no good. And when you watch Dermonenko on the court for North Beverly, he's as composed as they get at this level.
He's the smallest starter for the Bearcats, but he's sort of like this conductor of a larger-than-life Bearcat orchestra. He moves the symphony, and he collects assists from the giants of North Beverly.
Count it from distance.
Yeah, I mean, Perchumsky is known more for his shooting. Took it outside there.
Outside, Marcita. Jacks up a 3. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
That is some quick payback.
There is nothing more satisfying for a player than an immediate answer back with the 3-ball. I don't think there's a person in the building who thought he was going to miss that.
Yeah, he had a wide open look. Wonder if he had maybe a little too much time.
And now here's Marcita. 5 points in the game. And then Bishop comes in with a dunk.
That's easy work for Bishop, the biggest dude on the floor.
And Wells, a transfer to Plainview before the season, he's been a huge part of their success.
Wells knows how to shoot, something you can always use more of. Likely won't make that jump to the college level, though, but he's a great high school player and a really solid 1-2 punch with MP.
Now here's MP. Still getting warmed up offensively.
Let's talk about Danny Cawthon for a moment. The Bearcats power forward loves to clean the glass.
He's got a real pack mentality, too. So when a shot goes up, Cawthon is nearly always in the picture, and he's either boxing out or snagging those boards himself for easy second-chance buckets. And it's stolen away by Dermonenko. Count the basket, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Ooh, crafty finish from Vlad. Just taking the wind out of the Panthers, who have to contend with so much size that Dermonenko can sometimes slip past them.
And here's MP on the outside. And the rebound goes to the Bearcats. And here's Dermonenko. To the inside. Here's Cawthon. And a missed layup. To the middle. Jish to Tombo. And zonked home by Grant Tombo. And you look at the size that North Beverly brings, you have to think that that's going to give Plainview some problems.
Definitely. That size complicates your ability to run normal sets. Everything, even getting looks at the basket, passing across the court, it's all so much more difficult when your team has a huge size disadvantage.
And now here's Marcita. Nails the wide open jumper.
Guys, we know Marcita is big, but he's also been working really hard to become more skilled too.
Inside, knocks it loose. Cawthon with the steal. Dermonenko outside. Marcita Cawthon sets the screen. The double on Marcita. Patrick Wells with the steal.
And in this matchup, you can be sure North Beverly will focus on MP. They know he's the cog in this Plainview machine.
MP is that guy. And as he goes, so does Plainview. Doesn't take a lot of scouting to see that.
Now here's Dermonenko. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. James Marcita for three. It's rebounded by Plainview. MP outside. Pass to Perchumsey. No good on the three. North Beverly trailing here. Dermonenko outside. They get a hand on it. MP with the steal. Now 3 minutes have gone by here in the opening frame. Wells outside. Kicks it out to MP. 6 on the shot clock. From deep. And they'll turn it over. Unable to get a shot off that time on the 35-second shot clock violation. And so with it, it's North Beverly.
And you hate to call him a one-man show, but it fits the bill for MP and Plainview.
They win and lose as a team, but MP is at the center of it all. He's the best player the school has ever had and has put them on his back for this finals run. Out to Dermonenko. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Bishop with the screen. Outside Marcita. 6 to shoot. Back to Splitter. Passes to Cawthon. Nails it from 3.
Look, Cawthon is someone who normally operates down low. But on that one, he showed off his range.
Outside, Gibson. MP. He's guarded by Dermonenko. Here's MP. The shot, no good. Vlad Dermonenko with the defensive effort there.
James Marcita is a talented wing who can play at the next level. At 6'10" and 240 pounds, small is not what comes to mind for this small forward.
Oh, no, not at all, Danny. It's noticeable how tall he is. And it's unusual to see that kind of mass in a high school wing. But again, that's the benefit of the international recruiting that North Beverly pulls from.
Splitter misses. Plainview trailing. Pass to Zadirko. Justice Rosenberg on the wing. Plainview again missing. And a closely contested grit and grind first quarter comes to a close. It's the Bearcats up by 2. And the second quarter just moments away when we come right back. Welcome back, everyone. We're here at the United Center. Second quarter of the Illinois State Championship getting underway. Now Chu, guarded by Wells. On the wing, Javar Day. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
Wasn't quite set on that pick, and the refs were right on it.
Setting screens is an art, and that wasn't his best work.
And something to note between these two schools, Plainview. Panthers call time here.
And coach sees something he wants to bring up to his squad.
He's going to make sure that they're clear on the game plan. And at the high school level, every timeout is a teaching moment.
Quarter number 2 and just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Screen by MP. And here's Eric Dillard outside. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Outside, Marcita. Pass to Leftos. Now here's Splitter. Marcita. Shot clock at 5. Grant Tombo with the block.
And no matter how this game goes, what a run it's been for Plainview. The first time they've gotten this far in school history.
And you can tell by how much the town has loved it. Fairy tale ending or not, this has been a year to remember for Plainview. Now here's Dillard. And they force the shot clock violation. Great lockdown defense right there.
Substitution for the Panthers. Justice Rosenberg. Substitution for the Bearcats.
Here's Dermanenko. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played so far. Clock at 6. Passes to Cawthon. Over Tombo. Shot's good by Cawthon.
Drake, some of these players on these teams have faced off against each other in club league. Those memories can be an asset in their minds.
Oh, yeah. When you've faced someone before, those lessons learned may translate to in-game advantages, Danny. And that's the thing. You got to correct past mistakes, keep making adjustments, and get better over time.
Dermanenko outside to the paint. Marcita. Yes, and a nice assist from Vlad Dermanenko.
Well, at 6'10", 240 pounds, Marcita is difficult to stop when he gets that kind of positioning.
And it's MP missing.
He probably won't miss that again. Defense getting a chance to seal that hole.
Cawthon on the outside. Dermanenko outside. Floats one up. Zadirko grabs a rebound. Plainview with the ball. 1 second separates the shot clock and the game clock here. Back to MP. Right at the free throw line. Again, MP missing. Tries the alley-oop. And the first half comes to a close in a tied game. And we'll return after halftime to bring you the start of the third. And we're back. Illinois State Championship second half action about to restart. And it might be intimidating for some of these players, playing in such a hollowed ground here at the United Center.
I think it's safe to substitute the might for a definitely does. It's bigger here. The sights, the sounds, everything. It's a dream come true for many of these players.
Now here's Day. He's guarded by Perchumsey. Cawthon on the outside. Let's go with the three. MP grabs the miss.
He can do that, just couldn't connect this time.
Too much daylight for a shooter of his caliber.
Another good rebound. Hasn't mattered that he's given up some inches to a few other guys.
Here's Marcita. The quick look, no good that time. MP right side. Tombo. From deep, it's MP. Unable to